West Ham have a big game this weekend against Sheffield United at home. And is it time for West Ham to finally show our attacking muscles on the back of a Carabao Cup winner against Lincoln City? A hard-fought win from what we've seen. Obviously, the game wasn't streamed, but we've seen the highlights. And typically, we've got a tough draw against Arsenal. We'll be talking about all of that. Kudus, Souček, all of that stuff. I'm here with Ryan. I think, Ryan, it's our first time doing a preview together, I think.
Yeah, I done the preview during the week for the Lincoln game, and then now me and you are doing the Sheffield United one. Scott might be out of a job.
Yeah, exactly.
It's our first time. So we done Friday night pint together. Now we're doing the previews together. People are going to start talking, mate. They think we're trying to take over.
Yeah, that's it. All right, let's just get rid of the others. We'll just do the channel just us two. But yeah, look, it was a bit of a nightmare yesterday. Like, no one knew if there was going to be a stream. There was rumors going around, and it was nothing. You had to jump through hoops just to get the radio. I was following through the text updates, but from what it sounded like, it was a real tough game, and Lincoln really put our backs against the wall.
Yeah, I mean, I was a bit like you. I was trying to find a stream, but every time I clicked on one, something else, which I won't say on this show because it's a family show, kept popping up. So yeah, I give up in the end, and I just went old school and watched Sky Sports News, and because they were showing the action as it was happening. But yeah, no, look, I know we won 1-0, but I think we had more possession in the game. But Lincoln had more shots than us, more shots on target. And I said in the preview it was going to be a difficult game. The weather didn't help. It was windy. It's very open up there, so it was hard for us to play the football we want to play. But yeah, no, I thought Lincoln done really well. Fabianski had to pull off some good saves. But yeah, the main man at the moment, Souček, has popped up and got us the winner and got us through to round 4.
Yeah. I mean, a great sort of well-taken corner in place of Ward-Prowse, who's been taken by Ben Rama, and a great finish. And it looked like Souček had a brilliant game. I see you see that shot from Ben Johnson. It was great work from Souček to actually get the ball back and lay it off to Johnson. He hits the post. It's frustrating. You hope, when you get to see Kudus on the pitch, and you get to see Ben Rama and all of that, you can have a few more concrete chances and find it easier to score goals. But it was hard. But I mean, Ings had a great. Did you say that Ings chance?
Yeah,
that he goes all the way through and puts it wide. Honestly, I don't want to lay onto the guy because I haven't got a problem with him, but it's just like Mubama's not getting these chances to start games and ease himself in, and he's not doing himself any favours. Ings, he done so good to get there, but that's a bad miss.
Yeah, I agree. And he had a game in Europe last week, and he's got to start taking these chances when he gets an opportunity to play because. Like I said, I wanted to see Mubama start last night, but Moyes went with a bit more experience in Danny Ings. But it's just not working for him. Like I said, he got himself in that great position to score, and you really want him to score. And then he just fluffs his line and hits it wide. Obviously, Cornet got a run out last night. Kudus had a few chances. He's looking more and more livelier. He's pushing for that. To get into that starting 11 in the Premier League. So, yeah, no, it's look, these games are always difficult. We know when we play lower league opposition, West Ham usually do struggle down the years, but it's good to get through, get the job done, and we're into the 4th round. And then, yeah, look, we've got a difficult game. The draw that it's either going to be United away, which we usually get, or with the Declan Rice situation, you could just have that feeling that as the teams were getting drawn out, you had a feeling it was going to be Arsenal. So, yeah, great game to go into in the 4th round. And who knows, will Declan Rice play?
We've lost 2 games in a row now in the league. Man City and Liverpool games, you probably expect us to lose. But, we need to get the points back on the board. And this is a perfect opportunity against the team sitting bottom of the league. No points, I believe. I don't think they've even had to draw. They had to draw.
Yeah, they got 1. They got 1 point, I think. And bearing in mind they lost 8-0 at home last weekend, so they're obviously feeling battered and bruised after that. No team could be losing 8-0 in the Premier League, especially at home. And I watched that game, and I watched the highlights of that game, and. Yeah, they didn't even look like a championship side. They looked like a League One side. Newcastle just dominated that game.
I worry about that sometimes. It can have two effects, isn't it? When the team's battered like that, it can really get them down in the dumps and knock their confidence to another level, or it can fire them up and really give them a kick up the arse. And I hope they don't look to redeem themselves against us because yeah, sometimes that happens. The team get battered, and the next week they go out all out to prove themselves.
Yeah, the best thing for Sheffield United is probably playing away from home after losing 8-0 at home in front of their fans. So it might be good for them to get away. But yeah, look, as you said earlier, we've had two back-to-back defeats in the Premier League, but that was against Man City and Liverpool. And when you look at them two games, both of them games we had chances. You go back to the City game when Antonio went through, could have put us 2-1 up. He misses it. And then you look at Liverpool, Souček, Antonio chances, and then that Jared Bowen at 1-1. You don't take your chances, you get punished. And look, was we really expecting to get anything against City and Liverpool? Probably not. We probably maybe nicked a draw out of both one of them games. We'd have been happy. But now this is the run of games where we're going to be tested and see how far we have come as a squad and as a team. And as you said at the beginning of the show, mate, it's about time that we start giving a few people a bit of opportunities and start unleashing some of these players.
For a team that have struggled as much as they have, scoring just 5 goals and conceding 17, although, a big portion of those goals came in their last fixture. Um, this should be a time, in my opinion, where this is a team where I want to see us really go on the front foot, really exert our dominance, and play some good football that I know we can play. And with the players that we have, we'll get into the lineups in a bit, but we've got to be able to show that we can break these teams down, and with some of the creative talent we've got, I think that lineup is going to be key. But, if we're going to sort of go there and be a little bit timid or, at home, I think it's going to just frustrate the crowd. We need to get the crowd up for it from the start. And you do that by, straight away getting up there, having shots, creating chances. And yeah, if we can't do it against right now the worst team in the league, when can we do it?
Yeah, see these games, they're always tough to judge. As you said, they're coming off the back of an 8-0 loss, and they are going to come there. They are going to sit back, and we're going to it's going to be a game where, on a rare occasion, where we're going to have a lot more possession than Sheffield United. And yeah, it's about breaking them down, and the crowd should be up for it. Sheffield United. There's always that extra bit of spice in it. It's the Carlos Tevez derby. There's that
Yeah.
hatred between the sets of fans. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of banter flying about and winding the Sheffield United. I'm sure a few people are going to have their Carlos Tevez masks out. But yeah, look, Sheffield United are going to come. They're going to sit back. They're probably going to leave Archer up top. Great name, by the way. They're probably just going to leave him up top, and just see what happens if they can get anything from a set piece or a counter attack. But this is going to be a game where I think I see it at Anfield. Paqueta was unreal. He got a standing ovation by the Liverpool fans as well when he come off. That's how good he was. So yeah, I think he's going to have a lot of the ball. I think it's about how we break them down. It's going to show how good of a team we are when we've got the ball.
I really want to get that first clean sheet in the league. We've managed to get a clean sheet against Lincoln in the cup, first clean sheet of the season, but in the league, I really want us to, and it sort of goes counter because I don't want to see us to go defensive to get it. But this is a team, like I said, their top scorer, Hammer, who has 2 goals, Archer 1 goal. They're not a big attacking threat. Of course, you can't take any team for granted up front, good, set piece, whatever. But this is a game where really and truly we should be able to get that clean sheet. We've seen what Areola could do, put out some outstanding saves. Now we're at home. Listen, I'd love to see us smash them, and do a 4-0, 5-0. But I'd rather a 2-0, to be honest. Like than a 5-1, a 3-1, 4-1, 5-1. I think I'd rather a 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, look, Sheffield United. I know last week they lost 8-0, but I watched it. I remember watching them against Man City earlier in the season, and they lost 2-1. And I was impressed with them. So I'm not taking this game lightly because even though what happened last weekend, I'm expecting them to come and have a go at us. They will sit back, but they'll look at us and see the way we've been playing and thinking they can get back to winning, like they can get their first 3 points of the season.
We have to come over this issue we have when after we score and we sort of fall apart a little bit and we end up on the back foot. I want to see us. I think we're going to really want to score early so it opens the game up and they've got to come at us, but then have that killer instinct to get that second goal. We've seen it so many games this season, whether we've gone ahead or we've equalised, and then we just give goals away.
Hmm.
And I think that's been a big issue. And you saw it against Luton. It was really nervy towards the end of that game when it didn't need to be.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. And the thing is, if we do find ourselves 1 or 2 nil up early on, you don't want to sit back. Just keep going. Play your football. Don't sit back and try to see out the game. As you said against Luton, we looked comfortable, but then as soon as Luton got that their goal, we looked shaky and we looked nervous, and then Luton could have gone on to equalise. They should maybe look at it. They could have had a penalty with the handball, but no, we can't take this game lightly. And as you said, I want to see a clean sheet as well. I think that's important. I think that'd be a big confidence boost for Areola because I think he's played well this season, but goalkeepers want to keep clean sheets. That's like them scoring goals. They keep clean sheets. He gets his clean sheet bonus as well. I'm sure he's got one of them in his contract. So every time he lets one in, he loses out on a little bit of a bonus. So it'd be important for Areola as well, and our back line as well. Our back four to keep a clean sheet.
What lineup do you think we should be playing against Sheffield United on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, look, Areola back in goal. Standard. I think Fabianski's obviously never lets you down. We're lucky with two great goalkeepers, but yeah, Areola's the number one in the league. Back four, I've gone for Soufal at right back, Emerson at left back. I've got Zuma in the middle, and I'm going to play him alongside Mavropanos. Aguerd for me needs dropping because the last few games I think he's been a bit shaky. He looked all over the place against Liverpool, and I just think that this might be a good game for Mavropanos to come in and try to get that partnership alongside Kurt Zuma. In midfield, I wanted to start Souček. I really did, but I'm going to drop him for this game. So I'm going to go with Ward-Prowse and Alvarez in the middle. And then I've gone for Bowen on the right, Paquetá on the left, and I've gone for Kudus in the middle and Antonio up top. And the reason I've gone with Antonio is because I think he can bully Sheffield United, and I think he needs a goal, and I think he needs a bit of confidence, especially after his performance last week against Liverpool. So yeah, Bowen, Kudus, and Paquetá. I think that's very attacking. I think Kudus needs a start in the Premier League as well, and I think this could be the perfect game for him. So yeah, that's my lineup.
Yeah, I mean that's very similar to what I've gone with. So I'm just going to go talk about where I've gone different. I'm right there with you on Aguerd. He's really walking on thin ice at the moment. But I really was thinking about this. I thought I'm going to give him this one game, this last game, and give Mavropanos, let him keep racking up those games in the cups and getting up to speed with West Ham and Moyes and how we play, and give Aguerd this opportunity against Sheffield United, right? Like I said on my review, buck your ideas up. So, yeah, it is a tough decision, but I'll stick with him for now. Completely agree in terms of Souček. I think he's just, again, it's certain games that he's good for, and that's a position we'll rotate. So I keep that the same. The only thing different is I think I might have Kudus on the left and Paquetá in the middle. I think Paquetá's worked well on the left, particularly against the tougher teams because he has that defensive cover for Emerson. But I think in terms of this team, with the team we're trying to break down, I think Kudus's pace there with Paquetá in the middle, either way it can work. But I think that's the only differences. Apart from that, so it's pretty much the same.
I totally agree. And when I was picking my team, I was swapping them two in the positions. But I was thinking, my thinking with Kudus is that when we've got the ball and we're attacking, he could join Antonio up top as a two. So Paquetá and Bowen can sort of drop a little bit. But yeah, no, I'm sure they'll be swapping during the game if they both start. But yeah, no, I think it'd be good to see like what Kudus can do from the start, because I think he's got a lot of potential from what I've seen of him so far. You know, he got good minutes last night against Lincoln. So a start in the Premier League, and I think when you're playing a team like Sheffield United, no disrespect to him, but it's a lot. We'll have a lot more of the ball, so we'll see the best of Kudus in this game, hopefully, than when you play a Liverpool away or a Man City at home, because we don't have the ball much. So yeah, and the thing is, like, I maybe could have played Ben Rama in this game, dropped Antonio, put Bowen up top, and put Ben Rama in the team. But I just think that Antonio, I think he's going to get. I think he can bully their defense on Saturday. So yeah, I'll stick with Antonio for this game. I think this is the sort of game Antonio likes.
The question would be over like Kudus or Ben Rama for me, and the reason I sort of edge toward Kudus, he's a big signing for us, and like you said, he needs to start getting starts in the Premier League, and like you said, he's coming on at really difficult moments against top teams when we're losing Liverpool, Man City. Now it's a game. This could be a game for him to really show what he's about from the start. It's a whole different ball game when you're being brought off the bench and then trying to make things happen. He's starting and giving that opportunity, and Ben Rama, is there when we, if we really need that extra creative force, and he can come on off the bench. So, yeah, I think that's the way to go. If Moyes will do it, we don't know. We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if Souček is playing. He keeps things fairly the same. It takes a lot for him to really change things up, Moyes.
Well, I was thinking, like, obviously Souček started against Lincoln, didn't he? So I'm thinking, would he start him 2 games in a row? So that's what made me think. Obviously James Ward-Prowse, he well deserved rest against Lincoln. Alvarez come on, but Moyes was hoping that he didn't have to bring him on. I think it was a shame that we didn't get to see more of the youth, the youngsters in that game. But I think that we just had to see that game out. But yeah, no, I'm happy with both them lineups. I think they could both work. I agree with you on the Aguerd situation as well. Like, it's tough for me to drop him because I do really like Aguerd, but I just think that maybe this is a sort of game where Mavropanos can get 60 minutes of Premier League football under his belt, and then maybe bring on Aguerd or a Bonner, whatever, if Mavropanos is struggling. But
for defenders like centre backs, it's not a position like with attackers you can just sub on. Like, really, and give him minutes off the bench. You don't really see that.
No.
So how else can you do it by other than giving him a chance to start? So, yeah, I agree. It's a tough one, but he's going to have to get these minutes in the Premier League sometime, because he's looking like he's quality, and we want to see more of him. And Aguerd is just making too many mistakes at the moment. Sometimes you've got to take him out the firing line.
I agree, mate. Totally agree. 100%.
So on the back of that, let's go score predictions.
So after all that, all the positive, I'm going to go 2-0 Sheffield United. No, I do fancy us, and I do think we're going to keep a clean sheet on Saturday. I'm going to go 3-0. I'm going to go for a very comfortable 3-0 home win. Hopefully,
I knew it. I knew you'd take. In my head, I said 3-0. I knew you was going to say.
Are you going 3-0 as well?
Yeah.
I'll go 4-0 then. I'll go 4-0 if you're going 3-0.
Why not? Listen, we're due a slapping for a team. We're long overdue slapping a team, and I know they've just got.
Maybe we're being a bit too overconfident, but yeah, I think with the way, because I know that we lost the games, but when we did have the ball against City and at times against Liverpool, we do look like we're playing some good football. So I know a lot of people don't see that, but you do notice these things. And yeah, no, I fancy us, and maybe we're a bit overconfident, but why not?
I think this could be the game where Ward-Prowse equals Beckham's free kick record.
Be nice.
Because we haven't really been getting a lot of free kicks outside the area, but I feel like this is, if any game where we're going to get fouled around the box, this could be it. So I'm going
to go for a cheeky little Alvarez goal in this game as well. I want to see him get on the score sheet. I just want to see what celebration he's got. He looks like an absolute nutter. I don't know what he's going to do. So I want to say,
Oh,
everybody does this right boring celebration.
I could see that. I could definitely see him getting on the score sheet. So Antonio definitely needs one. You know, obviously he talked a big game against Liverpool. Didn't take his chances. So I'm hoping for a comeback and redeem himself this week. That's it. Listen, hopefully we're right. If we lose or don't win, it's going to be a bad look. But positive thinking. We're going to
Yeah,
do
if
it.
we,
We're going
if
to
we
smash it.
lose, definitely bring back Scott. Don't listen to us.
Yeah, exactly. Brilliant. Nice one, mate. Well, listen, we're going to be there Saturday. I'll be there joining Jace on the watch along for the build up. And then, yeah, post match pint, all of that good stuff, fan cams. We'll be back. And get your tickets for the Ginger Collins night, James Collins. Still on sale? There's still any left, right?
Yeah. I think there's not many remaining, but yeah, there's a few. So yeah, it's going to be a great night. Come down the Brewdog Pub in Upminster. They'll be showing the game before, so if you want to get there early to watch the game, more than welcome to come down. And it's going to be a good night.
Brilliant. Nice one. Get your tickets. Thank you all for watching. One thing left to say. Come on, you Irons.
Come on, you irons.